Madeline Pantoja, a 20-year-old woman from Midland, Texas, was in a relationship with a man named Mario. The two were constantly arguing, so Madeline decided to end the toxic relationship. But then, Madeline suddenly went missing, and no one could get hold of her. Tragically, her remains were found roughly 10 days later, and an autopsy revealed that she was murdered. Her family and friends said that she had an argument with her ex-boyfriend Mario the day before she went missing. But Mario claimed he was at home and had witnesses, so he couldn't possibly have killed Madeline. But was he telling the truth? Let's unpack this devastating case. Born on May 25, 2002 in Midland, Texas, Madeline Pantoja grew up surrounded by her close-knit family and friends who adored her deeply. Raised by her mother, Guadalupe Molina, and her father, Roberto Pantoja Sr., she shared a special bond with her two older brothers, Christian and Roberto Jr. Madeline's early years were a canvas of creativity. She found joy in arts and crafts, often losing herself in drawing, makeup artistry, and intricate nail designs. Her flair for creativity was more than a hobby. It was a defining part of who she was. Friends and family admired her talent and passion, knowing that Madeline was destined for artistic endeavors. In 2020, Madeline graduated from Midland High School. She was known for her outgoing nature and her ability to make those around her smile and laugh. Her positive attitude and kind-heartedness made her a beloved figure among her peers. After high school, Madeline aspired to become a cosmetologist. She had dreams of establishing a career where she could use her artistic skills to make others feel beautiful. Her goal was to attend cosmetology school and eventually open her own salon. Her ambitions didn't stop there. She also dreamed of becoming a wife, a mother, and an aunt, envisioning a future filled with family and love. While working towards her dreams, Madeline took a job as a bartender at a local restaurant. It was a stepping stone, providing her with valuable work experience and an income to support her goals. Despite the demands of her job, she never lost sight of her passions or her social life. Her vibrant spirit shone through in the countless photos and videos she shared on social media, capturing moments of joy with friends and family. During this period of her life, Madeline met Mario Chacon. Their relationship began with promise and affection, leading to Mario reportedly moving into Madeline's apartment. However, what started as a hopeful romance soon began to unravel. The once loving relationship turned tumultuous, with increasing tensions that friends and family could not ignore. The strain eventually led to their breakup, marking a turning point in Madeline's story. It was a seemingly ordinary Tuesday, May 9, 2023, when Madeline enjoyed an evening out with close friends. She returned to her apartment around 11 p.m., with plans already set for a relaxing day by the pool on Thursday, with her friend Jasmine Hernandez and a few others. However, as Thursday arrived, Madeline's uncharacteristic silence began to raise alarms. Jasmine, who had been Madeline's friend for over 4 years, found it odd that she wasn't answering her calls or messages. Their friendship was close-knit to the extent that they both had an app to track each other's locations. The app indicated that Madeline's phone was at home. Deciding to check on her, Jasmine arrived at Madeline's apartment complex around 6 p.m. Madeline's car was parked outside, a sign that she was likely home. Jasmine knocked repeatedly on the door, but there was no answer. After multiple unanswered knocks, she felt a growing sense of unease. Jasmine left briefly to pick up some food, all the while calling another friend to express her concern about Madeline's unusual silence. Returning around 8 p.m. with another friend, Jasmine knocked on Madeline's door again, and there was still no answer. In a state of worry, they contacted Madeline's brother, explaining the situation. He hurried to the apartment, knocked on Madeline's door repeatedly but got no response. With growing dread, they turned to the apartment manager for help. The manager opened Madeline's front door, and what they found inside only deepened the mystery. Madeline's phone, purse, car keys, and her beloved dog were all inside. Yet there was no sign of Madeline. Her dog, left without food or water, was an immediate red flag, something Madeline would never do. Additionally, they noticed a black coffee table was missing, an odd detail that didn't fit the scene. At 9:25 p.m., desperate for answers, Madeline's brother contacted her ex-boyfriend, Mario Chacon. Mario's response was disturbing. He was evasive, showing almost no concern over the fact that Madeline was missing. He claimed he had been with his father all day and had witnesses to confirm his alibi. He also mentioned he couldn't drive because he was on anger medication. As the clock neared midnight on May 11, 2023, an officer arrived at Madeline's apartment, greeted by her anxious brother and two concerned friends. They revealed that Madeline's ex-boyfriend Mario also lived there and had a key to the apartment. More officers soon arrived, and they began a thorough search of the apartment for any signs of foul play. A dirty bucket of water and a mop suggested recent cleaning, but the floor was extremely sticky, as if an excessive amount of cleaning product had been used. These observations were noted in an affidavit, raising immediate suspicion. Further inspection revealed more troubling clues. Madeline's bedspread was missing, and a dark red stain on a bedsheet hinted at something sinister. The bedroom and bathroom doors bore holes, with hair attached to the damaged areas, suggesting Madeline endured a violent struggle. An officer interviewed a neighbor who stated that she had heard loud yelling from Madeline's apartment around 1:30 a.m. She said the argument escalated to a woman's terrified scream. The neighbor admitted she hadn't called the police because such disturbances from Madeline's apartment were, unfortunately, a common occurrence she had learned to ignore. Friends and family painted a clearer picture of the days leading up to Madeline's disappearance. They confirmed that Madeline and Mario had recently broken up and had a heated argument on Wednesday, May 10th, which is the day before she went missing. That evening at 8:35 p.m., Mario called Madeline's brother, requesting a three-way call with Madeline, who was ignoring his calls. The brother refused but did call her directly, and she sounded upset about her argument with Mario. After their call, the brother texted her, but she never replied. The gathered evidence and testimonies pointed toward foul play. Investigators, driven by the growing list of troubling discoveries, launched a full-scale missing persons investigation. The search for Madeline had begun, shrouded in fear and uncertainty.
Midland police say 20-year-old Madeline Pantoja has been missing since Wednesday night. Friends and family of Madeline believe her ex-boyfriend might have something to do with her disappearance, since he and Madeline were heard arguing right before she was reported missing.
We finally got into her apartment and her keys were in there. That the door was locked and he was the only other person that had a key.
Well, they heard things, they heard arguments, not just on her floor, but they heard arguments at that point outside again.
Shortly after midnight on May 12th, Mario was interviewed. Calm and cooperative, he claimed the last time he saw Madeline was on May 9th, and their interactions since then had been limited to phone calls. He stated he last contacted Madeline on May 10th around 9 p.m., after which he stayed home for the rest of the night. But later that day, in a follow-up interview at around 5:45 p.m., Mario changed his story. He then mentioned that he had drinks with his cousin on May 10th. He said his cousin lived in the same apartment complex as Madeline, and that he picked up his cousin that evening and dropped him off at home again at around 11 p.m. He said he sent a text to his cousin at 11:06 p.m., saying he made it home safe. The investigation took a more suspicious turn when police obtained security footage showing a pickup truck matching Mario's Ford F-250 near an oil company close to Madeline's apartment at about 1:59 a.m. This evidence contradicted his claim of being home after 11 p.m. Further surveillance and data from a flock camera captured his truck's license plate near South County Road 1160 at 3:22 a.m. Various sources, including traffic and business cameras and cell phone data, painted a timeline of Mario's movements between 12:26 a.m. and 3:37 a.m., casting doubt on his initial statements. On May 18th, detectives confronted Mario with the inconsistencies in his timeline. Faced with the mounting evidence, he chose to end the interview rather than take a polygraph test, raising further suspicion. The Midland Police Department, or MPD for short, assured the public that since being alerted to the disappearance of Madeline on Thursday, May 11th, detectives have been working 24 hours a day, using every tool and asset available to locate her and discover the facts leading to her disappearance. The MPD remained in contact with the family regarding the investigation. Despite the MPD's assurances, Madeline's family and friends felt their concerns were not being adequately addressed. In response, about 200 people gathered outside the MPD in a silent protest, holding candles and signs demanding justice. They were particularly worried that Mario had not been thoroughly investigated. They also called for more transparency and communication from the police. In response to these concerns, Chief of Police Seth Herman held a press conference addressing the community and providing an update on the ongoing investigation.
Search protocols were implemented by both first responders and MPD Crimes Against Persons Unit members, efforts that have been conducted on a 24-hour basis since the initial report was taken. These efforts include the enlistment of assistance from members of the Midland County Sheriff's Office, Texas Rangers, Federal Bureau of Investigation, and Department of Homeland Security investigations. The search of approximately 60 square miles of remote property using human assets, drones, and manned aircraft. The execution of over 12 search warrants related to both tangible property and technological data. Interview of approximately 25 individuals thus far. Follow-up investigation of approximately 20 tips derived from Crime Stoppers, as well as call-ins to the Midland Police Department. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an ongoing investigation. It is paramount that we continue in our work. We have men and women out 24 hours a day conducting methodical searches, search warrants, and the gathering of evidence related to Ms. Pantoja's disappearance. We ask the public to be patient, to call in with any information that may lead to her whereabouts, and to avoid spreading unnecessary and untrue rumors. Thank you.
The investigation into Madeline's disappearance reached a critical turning point on May 20th. Detectives, determined to piece together the truth, obtained Mario Chacon's cell phone records. The geolocation data taken from May 10th to May 12th pointed investigators to a remote area approximately 1 mile near East County Road 190 and South County Road 1138 in Midland County. With this new lead, the MPD, in collaboration with the Texas Rangers, initiated a thorough search of the designated area. Their efforts bore fruit when they discovered human remains. The breakthrough moment came when detectives identified jewelry on the remains that matched items known to have been worn by Madeline. The discovery confirmed the worst fears of Madeline's family and friends. On May 20th, at around 3:30 p.m., detectives from the Midland Police Department arrested Mario Juan Chacon, charging him with murder in connection to Madeline Pantoja's death.
The 10-day search for a 20-year-old missing woman, Madeline Pantoja, has come to an end. According to Midland Police, this afternoon, Mario Juan Chacon Jr. has been taken into custody in connection to her death.
He was held on a $3 million bond as he awaited further legal proceedings. The arrest marked a significant development in the case, providing a semblance of closure to Madeline's grieving family and community. However, the legal journey was just beginning, with many questions still left unanswered. The community's resolve to seek justice for Madeline Pantoja remained stronger than ever as they awaited the next steps in the legal process. Soon after his arrest, Mario's attorney requested a reduction in his bond from $3 million to $750,000.
Our proposal was reduce it down to $750,000 and let him bond out through the Midland County pretrial program, which would also require that other conditions be imposed on the case. He'd have to report once or twice a month, maybe even weekly, have a curfew, even a GPS monitor.
When Madeline's family was informed about it, they were outraged, as were Madeline's friends and the community. In response to the news of Mario's bond reduction request, about 50 individuals gathered outside the courthouse and pleaded with the court not to lower Mario's bond. This show of solidarity and public outcry highlighted the community's unwavering support for Madeline's family and their collective demand for justice. For Madeline's family and friends, the prospect of Mario walking free before the trial was a haunting possibility. However, their fears were soon alleviated when the judge delivered the verdict. To the collective relief of Madeline's loved ones, the judge ruled against reducing Mario's bond, so it remained at $3 million. This decision ensured that he would remain behind bars until the trial proceedings began. The outcome of the hearing was a significant moment for Madeline's family and friends. A lower bond, they believed, would have undermined the gravity of the crime and the loss they were enduring. With Mario's family unable to raise the substantial bond amount, it meant that he would remain in custody, providing a measure of comfort and reassurance to those grieving Madeline's tragic death. The trial for Mario Juan Chacon has yet to commence. However, investigators remain confident in the strength of the evidence they have meticulously gathered. Given the substantial evidence, the case against Mario appears strong. Establishing his innocence will be a daunting task for his defense attorneys. As the community and Madeline's loved ones await the trial, the resolve to see justice served remains unshaken. The case stands as a testament to the relentless efforts of law enforcement and the unwavering demand for accountability in the face of a heartbreaking loss. May 25, 2023, was a date that should have marked a joyous milestone for Madeline, a celebration of her 21st birthday, a rite of passage filled with excitement and dreams for the future. Instead, it became a poignant memorial for a young life tragically cut short. On this day, family and friends gathered to honor Madeline's memory and celebrate the vibrant spirit that had touched so many lives. The gathering was a mix of sorrow and solidarity. Those who had shared countless cherished moments with Madeline united in remembrance, their collective grief transforming into a powerful tribute to her life. The gathering was a testament to the enduring mark Madeline had left on their lives. As they celebrated what would have been her 21st birthday, the community also reaffirmed their commitment to seeking justice for Madeline. Her memory served as a rallying point, strengthening their resolve to ensure that the truth behind her tragic death would come to light and that the person responsible would be held accountable. Madeline Pantoja was a kind and loving person who brought joy to everyone she met. Her beautiful smile, her caring nature, and her positive spirit touched the hearts of everyone she came into contact with. She was always there to help others and to listen when they needed someone to talk to. Madeline had big dreams and worked hard to achieve them. She inspired others with her determination and her positive attitude. The way she loved animals, especially her beloved dog, showed how caring a person she truly was. Even though she is no longer with us, her memory will live on in the hearts and minds of all who were fortunate enough to know her. To Madeline's family and friends, we extend our heartfelt condolences to you all. We hope that you will find comfort in the happy memories you all shared with Madeline. May our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, comfort and strengthen you all, and may Madeline's soul rest in eternal peace.